Okay, fam, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over the buy, sells, and dividends for the week of March 16th through March 22nd. So with that being said, let's get it. All right, so we're going to start with M1 Finance. Try to keep this relatively short. So PSEC is basically a penny, TSLY $127.43, or $6.01. The total income for that comes out to, if I can get it up here, all right, for some reason it doesn't want to pull up, but you guys can see it right there. It's the second one to the far left, $133.45. In terms of, we'll just cover the dividends right now from Robinhood. So and I'll show you guys this in a minute. So TSLY $13.48, QDTE $31.16, ORC $26.83, YMAG $20.55, YMAX $41.57, XDTE and RDTE 6 cents and 8 cents. Okay, so let's do the Webull one real quick. You guys are not going to be able to see this because, I mean, the money should be there theoretically already at this point. But again, it takes a few days for this platform to process these things. So you can see last month's down there. We haven't gotten this month's yet. Excuse me, I'm a little under the weather at the moment. So in terms of the dividends, if we were doing forward calculations here, we're supposed to get this week is $26.88. And yes, believe it or not, I'm still bringing you guys this content even when I'm sick. Do you imagine that? A lot of people want to complain, but they never. I'm not saying people will never want to be grateful, but I really shouldn't be on here right now. I should be just resting and recovering, but I'm committed to the goals. So, anyways, so that's the Webull dividends in terms of the buys. So we bought IWMY, QMCO, APLD, FATE, ALT, TSLL, QQQT, RGTI, and XDTE. Now, some of these are dividend ETFs. Some of them are swing trades. And the TSLL, obviously, that's a position trade, right, with options premiums. So the sells that we had, we got out of YBIT for I think, unrealized paper loss of like $500 and some dollars. Are we worried about it? No, because we still had a positive total return. Again, the vast majority of the dividends are probably going to be classified as return of capital, which is not taxable. So that's a win for us. And then on top of that, the money that we took as a loss can be used for tax loss harvesting up to $3,000 a year. So, and plus the dividends outpace the paper loss anyway. So regardless, it is still a net positive, no matter how you want to look at it. So the profits we took was $290.74 on QUBT, and QMCO was $242 even. Those are swing trades, just so y'all know. So the the Robinhood dividends here, $133.73. And in terms of the total profits, $532.74. We did think RGTI was going to play out this week too, but that wasn't the case. So it's all good. I mean, some of these trades only take like I said, some of them only take a day. Some of them can take a long time. The average is usually like a week or 2 weeks. We're well aware of this. We have a track record of this, so we're not concerned about it. $826.80 is the total for this week. Now, I do want to cover some dividend declarations as well because I did not cover this earlier in the week. You can see here lots and lots of stuff going on. Okay, so the payment date was yesterday. So we got GPTY 26 cents, LFGY 47 cents, QDTY 31 cents, RDTY 32 cents. I'm just going to use round numbers here. I'm not going to be exact. SDTY roughly about 32 cents, ULTY 9 cents, YMAG 8.5 cents, YMAX 15 cents, Crash, which is the inverse Tesla, that's 64 cents. Feet, I don't know what this one is. It's interesting. So 69 cents. FIVY 71 cents. GUI roughly about 33 cents. ORC 32 cents. SNOY 81 cents. TSLY 57 cents. Zomo 29 cents. And YBIT 43 cents. Okay, so that's a mouthful. Now, the Rex Shares is not actually going to have their declaration until next week, so we're not covering that right now. That's going to be a next week video. But we'll do these index ones. And I'm well aware of the single stocks that they have on Roundhill. Those also have declarations, but we're not going to cover that today for time's sake. So QDTE, 27 cents, roughly about 28 cents. We'll go to the week. I think it's the week. Nope, never mind. Income based. Okay. So next one here, XDTE. 32.5 cents. That's pretty good, actually. I think that's actually more even than the NASDAQ, which is pretty unusual because the NASDAQ is way more volatile. Trust me, I've traded this daily for quite some time. So 32.5 cents on RDTE. So it's all pretty good. I mean, those are pretty good payouts. I mean, you're talking anywhere from like 80 cents to $1.20 per month. Okay, so quick brief overview on the charts. So the NASDAQ's looking good, still looking very bullish. Bitcoin dominance still increasing, unfortunately, until we get the Fed cutting rates down to zero. Alt season will be delayed, in my opinion, but we are still keeping an eye on this. And Bitcoin, looks like the 77,000 might be the bottom. So no guarantees, but that's what it looks like. Okay. So let's start with IWMY. I don't really need to cover this because, again, it's a very small amount. We'll cover this more when we have more money in it. But it's just kind of a starter point for this position. We did this with a lot of these until we intend to actually put serious money into it, and then we'll cover it at that point. Okay, so we'll go over the swing trades real quick, get these out of the way. So QMCO and let's see, QUBT. So you can see we bought here and then sold here. It was a single day trade, so pretty good. $242 on that one. And QUBT. These quantum stocks are extremely volatile. They move very fast. So if you guys are something looking for very fast moving, but not in crypto, this might be your bet. This one, it says it took 3 days, but it was actually only 1 day because the weekend was in between. So bought here, sold here. You can see the difference. Now I will go ahead and cover YBIT so you guys can see that real quick. Since we don't actually have that position still, we're going to replace it with something else. Okay, so there's the sell right there. You can see market sell, 110 shares. We got out at, I'd say, a fairly decent price. Again, it was a total net positive, just like Coney, so we're not concerned about it. All right, so going down the list here, we'll take a look at APLD. So these plus signs, I wanted to show you guys this. So these plus signs, these are additional ads, basically limit orders that we have placed for Monday. We just want to get this out of the way because we got some stuff to do next week. It's easier to do this before the market open, and the market's like pretty bullish right now anyway, so we're not worried about it. But so we're going to add whatever $200 is on XDTE, TSLL. We're going to add another 10 shares. APLD, Fate, ALT, and RGTI, all the swing trades, we're going to add $50 to each one of these. So it's about $200 for the next week. So that's what that is, if you're wondering. Excuse me. Okay, so APLD, yeah, you can see that we have added a little bit extra to these. So yeah, here's the buy for the 17th. I was confused as to what this was. So here's the buy for the 17th, 21.3 shares at 703, and then 8.5 at 706. So we're adding a little bit to these, not much, but again, the cost basis is still relatively low, not compared to the price, but you know, I mean, the reality is the last few weeks have been brutal and everything's been down. It doesn't matter what you invest in, pretty much everything's been down. So we're just kind of having to weather the storm at this point. It is bearish seasonality, so we're not really surprised by the pullback that we've seen. Okay, next one here, Fate. You can see the averages and the share counts. So again, it does appear that we added a little bit more money. I guess maybe we added more than we thought we did. I don't know. Anyways, so 159.26 shares at 94 cents, and it's roughly about 64 at 94 cents again. Okay, so next one here, ALT. And we have traded this before. We made money on this as well, so it's not a new position for us. It just kind of is what it is. You can see the average and all that, all the information right there on the trade. 26.43 shares at 568, and then another 10.5 at 566. Okay, next one here, RGTI. This one does seem to have recovered somewhat, even though it pretty much dumped immediately after we got in the trade. That's not something we can control. The markets do what they do, so just got to take it as it comes. But you can see the average here and all the stats and stuff, and then the buy position we took on the 18th as soon as we took profit on the other trade that we had. The goal with the swing trades is just to compound over time. If it's up, we'll take profit. If it's down, we'll just add to it week over week as a way to kind of double hedge against the markets, depending on what the price action is. Either way, we are good. We have strategies set in place that no matter what happens, we're going to benefit from it. So TSLL, nice recovery on Friday. Very nice recovery, actually. Some 11% or something. It's pretty crazy, but you can see our average here, 1284, 1,025 shares. Probably looking to get that to 1,100 at least. So we'll go ahead and open this bad boy up real quick, and we'll take a look at this. So you can see a contract here, which we ultimately... Oh, no, this was a cover from the previous week. So, yeah, that's not going to be included here because, again, it's basically a position we opened the previous week. You can see 10 shares at 833, 10 shares at 824, 20 shares at 743. Excuse me. 20 shares at 785, 10 shares at 824, 5 shares at 818, and then we bought a put here, but we decided to cancel it for... I can't remember what the reason was, but there was a reason for it. So 5 shares at 791, 5 shares at 845, and then we have another limit order set for 10 shares on Monday. Okay, almost there. All right, next one, triple QT. So we got this one. Again, we told you we were switching our starting point from $50 to $30 a month. So kind of the goal here is to go from 30 to 50 to 100 on all the positions we have, slowly take a bite out of that apple, so to speak, over time. So we now have the 102 shares, which is going to come out to times 32 cents will be more than $30 a month. And it's pretty much flat already. So that's a good sign. So you can see all the different buy orders we had here. Some of these were double buys. There were reasons for that because it looked like the market was going to go back up, and we kind of wanted to buy a little bit extra at the bottom before the cheap prices go away. So 12 shares at 17, 12 at 16.78, 12 at 16.91, 12 at 17 again, 12 at 16.90, 16.95, and then 16.86. So we got up there pretty fast, and now we're going to jump into XDTE starting on Monday because, again, the price action is above the EMAs on the 4-hourly time frame. Okay, so we already showed you RGTE. We're in that one right now, and the last one that I'm going to show you guys right now is XDTE. So you can see we now have 4.86 shares at $46. Again, we kind of wanted to see the markets bottom out before we decided to jump into this one. So you can see the Q8 order here for, well, it doesn't say, for whatever reason, it's not saying the date, but this is supposed to be for Monday. So anyways, that pretty much wraps up that. Hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.